When God gives you a word and He tells you move, and then a man starts to move by faith, the first revelation that man must learn is how to pray according to the word given. A man can't build a tent when he has not understood how provision comes and what provision is. Provision is the word. When you're strong in faith, it doesn't matter whether you find or you don't find. He has spoken. When God says He go, that word go has provided. If God has said you're rich, find something to do before the employer finds you. Has someone saying, God, I believe you, but I don't have a job. What do I do? Get out of bed in the morning and put on like you have a job and just walk around the compound. Because when you're a person of faith, you can't stay in bed. How? If the sun finds you awake every morning, you can never die poor. That's a man building a tent. Tents are not built in familiar places. No. If you have a familiaring spirit, you'll build a house and dwell there. Tent means I'm temporarily here. I'm moving. And that's what was in Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. They're saying, look, however big it is, this is not where we belong. They used to build things that were speaking. And these things were saying, we've not yet begun. It's not where we are ending. Men of faith, they don't build permanent dwelling places when a word is spoken. No, they build temporary dwelling places when a word is spoken. Because they know the Spirit can move me anytime. And I have to be flexible for the Holy Ghost. When I tell people we've not yet started, we have not yet started. We are still in tents. And there is a reason why we are still in tents. This is what we see. By the time Phaneroo has begun, we shall be having a fellowship in every nation of the world. The tent is saying, God, I'm not yet there. I'm on a journey. I am moving. And I know that you're not yet done with me. Because there is a salvation that comes to a man when God discovers that this man knows that I'm not yet done with him, but he's doing everything possible to position himself for the next thing. And He tells you, enlarge the place of thy tent. He tells you, stretch forth. He says, do not hold back. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left hand, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. Stretch forth your faith. You'll make desolate cities habitable. In other words, this is all He's trying to tell you. Because He has spoken the word, don't look at Uganda, how Uganda is, how many numbers there are, who can, who can't, who is your connection, your education, who is your father, where did you come from, how many places have you traveled, how many places haven't you traveled? Pitch a tent. Men of faith build tents when a word is spoken. Abraham was not poor not to build a certain castle, but no, there was a certain vision, a city whose founder and architect was God.
And for more of this, join us every Thursday at Lugogo from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Phaneroo, make manifest.